Hi everyone, Cindy here. I have finally cleaned up my craft room enough to where I feel comfortable doing a tour. So I'm not completely happy with it, but it is as good as it's gonna get for right now. So I am gonna give you a tour. Okay, so we're in my hallway right now, and I have some lockers in the hallway for my kids, and I have some great antique sewing things there. A great picture. I love this picture. Got this at the thrift store. I love the children's schoolhouse. I love that kind of stuff. And I think you guys have seen this before. And this is my hallway going into the back area here. We have a guest bedroom over here. And then this is my coffee station. I've done a video of this before. Late night, if I want a coffee, I can have one. And then right over here, I just have a cart that I refinished right here. And just, this is a salesman case that I got from my dad. He was a salesman, and I love that piece. So, this is my hallway. This is a cabinet I keep. It's kind of hard to show because it's a narrow hallway, but I have some milk glass, some vintage books here. And then in these, I have all my laces, pretty much all filled with laces that I've gotten at thrift stores and estate sales. And over here, I have some yarns that I have. So, okay, and I'll show you. Yep. And this is a cart that I refinished. Down here I have some yarn. It's gonna focus, sorry. This is some yarn that I have, and I just have a vintage pillowcase over the top just so it doesn't get real dusty. And some vintage yarns and threads that I like looking at. And I'm gonna hang this. I haven't hung this yet, but I'm gonna hang this right above here on this wall. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to step out here. Okay, so then this goes into my craft room. And yeah, kind of hard to see, but this right here I've never shown in a video is a sewing cabinet. It's really neat. I got it in an estate sale and it was full of stuff, and it's really cool. So I just kind of want to give you an overview because so you can kind of get an idea. I don't think I can open this door any further. A little bit. Okay. So I just kind of want to give you an overview. Sorry. There's my bookshelf that I have a lot of my vintage items that I like to keep over here. Okay. There's a lot of stuff. I look through here and I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, and then here's a desk. This is my husband's desk, and I painted it white. And pretty much my candy station over there. And some baskets and outside to the backyard. There's my husband. Sorry. Close my door. These are some of those plastic things, and I put some of that paper that I love in the front to disguise everything. Okay, so then you come over here, and I have these built-ins. These were here when we bought the house. Up here I put all things pretty much that I've gotten at thrift stores, estate sales, my dad. I've gotten a lot of the stuff from my dad. And some storage for like my wood pieces up here, right there. Some of those printer trays. Things that I want to alter, or I kind of just keep up here. Okay, some of those frames that I want to alter. These are books from when I was a kid. The Mother Goose. A lot of things that I like to look at. There's a project I did. Another project I did. Some vintage muffin tins, pictures of my kids when they were born. And, you know, just a lot of stuff, guys. And let's make sure this is, oh, it wasn't zoomed out all the way. I have these cabinets, okay, and coming down, this is where I keep my Big Shot and my cutting. And this cabinet right here, I have all my dies, as well as in this basket. My Big Shot, there's my printer right there. This is where I keep my die cuts with the view paper, which I showed in a different video. Okay, this piece I got at an estate sale, and I just store things in there. Like right now I just have stuff in there that I have to go through and organize, like buttons and things that I need to organize and find homes for. This is just an old typing cabinet that I've gotten at, I think I got it for $1. And I just think they're so cool. So I like having it for extra space. Okay, and then over here I keep all my, most all of my inks, and it's where I sit, my desk. I think you've seen this area before. Just storage. And then this right here is an old door, or it's not old, it's a door my husband got at like Home Depot, and he got it for like $12. It's a solid wood door. It was on clearance, and I painted it white. And then underneath here is some of those cabinets from like Walmart or Target. They're from Target. They're not 12 by 12, but I don't have an IKEA here. So that's what I had to use. And I just have the door sitting on it, and it fits perfectly underneath my desk right over here. So it works good. It's kind of low, but it works for right now. And I just have, like, back over here, magazines. And these are actually empty, if you can believe it, from all my organizing. They're empty. These I do have my Somerset Life magazines in. And these are my punches right here. This I use, it's an old filing system, and I keep my scraps in it and stuff for like when I cut and stuff. And my desk, and I'll get a picture of that on the other side when I go over there. Excuse me. Behind my door, there's my door, I do have some punches on the wall, and mostly are Martha Stewart, and that basket has some in it. And then you saw my paper. There's my Charlie. Hi Charlie. It's my Charlie. I have 3 dogs, and that one is Charlie. Okay, and then these are all the cubes from Target. Just kind of do an overview. Sorry. I'm going too fast. I'm trying not to. Okay, and there's another right there, candy station. And just storage. You know, I keep my stamps over here, some of my wood stamps. Adhesives, chipboard, you know, boring stuff. These are all my vintage buttons on cards. And there's my white vintage buttons, and more vintage buttons. And these are all vintage buttons. And I want to go through and organize them by color. Just haven't done it yet. These are a lot of wood pieces that I've gotten at thrift stores. But I have all these buttons in some of my vintage mason jars. And I want to color code them. I'll be much happier with that. A lot of my milk glass, and I store just various things in them. Some vintage white buttons. I bought that just like that, and I think it's so pretty. These cupids are from when I was a kid. Excuse me. Just some vintage trims and laces and thread. Vintage buttons back there. I love these jars. I don't know what they are, but I don't know if they're syrup jars. A mason jar that I haven't filled yet, but this I have put glitter in there. Just more vintage laces. This is a little Hummel piece. Just pretty stuff to look at. Down here, these are my colored glass buttons that I keep in here. Actually, that's more vintage buttons and stuff that I have to go through. And this is all my vintage buttons on cards. I know, I have a problem. Okay, and coming over here, there's my husband and I on our honeymoon. Love that picture. Sorry. And this is kind of like my candy station, I guess. Just various things that I like to look at. This is my Gorgeous Girl stamps, and I love this vintage toolbox. I think I paid $1 for that, and I love it. I think it is so cool. Some doilies, some stick pins I've made, and this I love. This is just a big old milk glass bowl, and my gorgeous mother of pearl vintage buttons, and I just have a whole, and I'm filling this thing up as my goal to get this thing filled. Aren't they pretty? Oh, I just love those. So I have those out so I can look at them. This is another shelf from Target. There's a photo I took when I was in a photo class in college. It's my puppy. He's gone now. Some vintage, spool, a vintage shoe form, my owls that I love, vintage rulers. I love collecting vintage rulers. And these are some older ones. Some really old rulers. This is a tape measure from Germany. Love this piece right here. My gumball machine, I haven't filled it yet, but I did finally paint it white. It was red. Okay. And back here is a thing from Michael's, and I just have filled it with things that I really like looking at. Some vintage mason jars up there. And I love that saying, in a world where you can be anything, be yourself. And it has an owl. Just some things I like. This I got on our cruise, where? Right there, when my husband took me for my 40th birthday. Cruise to like St. Kitts and all that stuff. It was a 10-day cruise. It was so fun. Some glitters, various vintage things, pearls, bells, nail polish that I need to use. Okay, and then over here on this shelf, which this shelf has, gosh, been with me for a while. It was the wood color, and I did paint it white. This my brother made when he was in high school, so I have kept it and painted it white, so that's kind of got a little meaning for me. These are a lot of those old shakers, and this is ironstone, and I've got glitter in there, and I want to fill the rest with glitter and stuff. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, and right here, I think I've shown this basket before. Charlie, come on. Charlie's checking things out. I keep a lot of my laces and trims and stuff here, which I need to go through it and kind of organize it. It's kind of overflowing. And then I keep some of my yarn down there. And on the floor, I just have, you can't see because of the shadow, those bags. I have some old vintage books that I want to use. Those ones I'll use and pull apart. And then I have this basket I just recently got. I haven't put anything in it yet. Vintage children's books and shoes down here. And this is where I keep a lot of my vintage treasures that I find that I love looking at. These are vintage spools. A lot of vintage books back in here. Sorry about the light. A lot of vintage books back in here. My older books. Old photo album that I've picked up. Some more books back there. There's a vintage spool of trim. This piece I got, and I love this piece. It's an old piece. You keep nuts and bolts and stuff in, but I keep various things in there. Some vintage bottles that I've gotten. Some old magazines from the 1900s. My old clock that I got. And above there I keep kind of like my overflow of milk glass that I haven't found a home yet for. And then above there is where I kind of keep my cards that I've made, some milk glass, cards that I've received. Where? I'll show you cards that I've received and some other things that I've received and another printer's tray. So I'm not finished with that area up there. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do with it. So, okay. And then over here, I've gotten one of these baskets, and I love it. And I was out estate sailing and garage sailing and whatever, and I was able to find another one, because I was hoping to find another one that matched exactly to hang on this side. So I just hung that up, so I really haven't figured out what I'm going to put in there yet. But right now I have my seam binding in there. Okay. And coming down, I hope I'm not making you sick. This is my desk where I have kind of my candy station and a lot of my pretties. Okay, and I just keep, you know, a lot of flowers and my bling kind of things, some wood pieces. This is mostly gifts from Vicki. Hi, Vicki. And here, Vicki gave me, this is the first set of things that she sent me, and I cherish it. These are Prima stamps, all there. A lot of vintage earrings and stuff. I just love having that stuff out. So this is kind of my candy station. It's a sign that I made. Vintage buttons. It was kind of my inspiration for my room, and I think I mentioned this in a different video I've done, but this is the tin. I love the colors, and my colors are very neutral, but that's what I like. So vintage and neutral, white, milk glass, that's what I like. So, okay. And then you come across, and this is kind of where I sit and do in my computer. I've shown this before. Sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm not happy with this, so I want to work on that. Turn my computer down here so you can see. And I just have, you know, just stuff. That's a tray and my milk glass, paper clips, vintage spools, my TV. Okay, and then this is the other side. Sorry. My room isn't big, so it's kind of hard to get back far enough so you can see. And this is that door, the other side. And I just have, this is kind of what you see when I do my videos. Okay, and then down here I got a bunch of these. I have shown the previous video where I got a few. Well, another estate sale the next weekend had a ton more. So I got a ton of these, and I love them. I keep my stamps in them, and storage. So I have this old coffee table. This was my husband's before we got married, and I painted it white, and I just store it right there. And I just kind of have some extra plates there that I use. Some more of these storage things, and I'll put stamps or I'll put die cuts in there or whatever. They're empty right now. And then this side, I keep, in these tubs, I keep all my metal pieces, vintage earrings, metal pieces. These are flowers. These are some more stamps in there. These are my beads and pearls, sprays, like, like Heidi Swap sprays and Lindy Stamp Gang. And these are some more like flower centers and metals and stuff like that. And this is just miscellaneous right now. I have to work on that one. And then move my chair. And this is, I had shown before. I had gotten, I think, 1 stack of these, and I got some more. So keep all my stamps in those. I keep my scissors, and my stickles are in here. This is a trash bag, sorry. Kind of where I just hang my trash. And then this is an awesome vintage stool that I got where I rest my feet on. This is my, like, watercolor stuff. And my paintbrushes and watercoloring. Keep my watercolor pencils in there. And these are actually empty right now. So, that is my room, guys. It's small. It's not tiny, but it's not huge either. And I have some organizing to do still, but I've been wanting to do a room tour. So that is it. I hope you like it. I hope it doesn't look too cluttered. This is, I haven't decided if I want to keep this chair in here or not. I love this chair. It is like one of the most comfortable chairs, and it needs to be recovered. I just haven't taken the time to do it, so I just fold fabric over it. Kind of get this wall so you can see it. That's my door. But, so I haven't decided if I'm going to keep that in here yet. This is really cool. This is an old tackle box. Really, really old. And I love this thing. I love industrial mixed with vintage, and it just, that's what I love. So I just love that thing. I don't know why. There's something about it that I love. So anyways, I like to sit here and read possibly, and I have a couple books stashed under here that I want to read and stuff. So okay, this is my room. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I hope you like it. Leave me a comment if you'd like, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.